Yeah.
Robbie Williams voices himself.
Well, yeah, it says as himself. So narrator and vocal. This is on Wikipedia. So
Okay, so he was the narrator and the vocal
vocals.
of the singing.
Yeah, and then Jonno Davies is voice and motion capture. So he
Okay.
was doing the acting and all the voice, because it definitely didn't sound like Robbie Williams. At
So
least
that's a really interesting aspect to this movie,
yeah.
that like the actual guy is in the movie to a certain extent. Like he actually came
Yeah.
and was part of the performance, but so he was just the narrator and the singing vocals.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's Robbie Williams, and then the actor Jonno Davies. He actually, I know he did a good job. It is interesting though, like he's in a movie, and I don't know what he looks like. I
Right.
mean, like I do now, but like it's a lot like Planet of the Apes. Whoever the main character is, you have to be okay with not being seen as the performer in that sense, right? In the physical sense.
So when I went and saw this in LA, like I said,
Yeah.
my theater was full, and there was clearly a big crowd of people who had worked on the film. But after the film, they were all like standing and cheering, and they were cheering when names were coming up. And then as they walked by me, I saw this guy that everyone was kind of surrounding and being like
Yeah.
"Dude, that was so good," and him being like, "Thank you, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you,"
Yeah.
and people saying that to him, and I was like, "I don't recognize that guy." I was like, "Maybe he worked in one of the departments," and then when I went and watched some behind the scenes featurettes and I saw what Jonno Davies looked like, I was like, "I think that's who I saw,"
Oh, no
and I
way.
think he might have been at my showing in Los
Oh, no
Angeles,
way. That's
but
awesome.
there's no way I would have known that, because and so
Yeah.
that is crazy to be playing the lead character in this big movie. And I I genuinely thought that Robbie Williams was doing most of it. I
Mm.
thought that,
Mhm.
and I think that that's an interesting element to this film, that he's at
Yeah.
least, his voice is present throughout the entire thing. He's doing this
Yeah.
narration, and
Yeah.
he does a great job with the narration, you
He
know?
does.